How are you? Hi, habari zenu, hamjamboni. My name is Nyasha Ngoloma. Welcome to Awake Again. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back again. I hope you've been blessed so far. For those guys who are new, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for joining this awesome family of Christ and just speaking things that are Christ-like, things that build us up in the faith, things that build us up as Christians and as human beings in general. So today, in that same spirit, we're going to be talking about church etiquette. Church etiquette, okay? So when I was growing up, my mom used to be the disciplinarian of the universe, not even the home, of the universe. So my mom, when we were going to church, first of all, for you to point to note, this is a point to note ya kando. I grew up as a pastor's kid. So my mom was just there, the prefect. Anaangalia tu, ni kama nimesimama, ati sijui you're sleeping, sijui you're talking, sijui you've gone to the loo, sijui you've done what, my friend. Unachunwa, unaslapiwa, unaambiwa, ebu tulia. Tulia katika kanisa la Bwana. So today I'm not going to be pinching you or whatever, but I'm just going to be giving you some of the few things that imagine now as a grown-up. Imagine, I never thought I'd say this. But now as a grown-up, I can now see that anyway, kulikuwa na ka point kidogo. Kwa sababu saa ingine, kuna honga na ka indiscipline kengine we bring to the house of God, which is just, surely, it's just sad, it's unfair, it's just wrong. And even, especially being in the corporate side, like when you check how things are done in the corporate side, sometimes we bring a lot of jokes to the house of God. Honestly, we don't do that uko inje. So please, watch out to pull up our socks. So this video is going to be helping us pull up our socks, and me included. In fact, the first point is just mimi najireport, najisema. I know my friends watching this will just be like, Nyasha, you better just ujiseme. So the first thing is keeping time. As in, guys, it is important to keep time when you're coming to the house of God. By the way, I struggle with this, especially because sometimes maybe you're doing things during the week, like you're doing things in church, you're expected to be in church during the week to do certain things or certain recordings or certain events, and you find that at the same time you're also trying to double deal. You also have work, you also have this. So for as long as it's in your capacity, just try and keep time. And especially on Sundays, like during the services, when you already know from Kitambo that every single Sunday, our services start at this time and they end at this time. Just try and dedicate that time to be your Sabbath. That time that you're saying, I'm not going to be working, I'm not going to be distracting myself, I'm not going to be trying to do the last laundry before I run to church, so I nitachelewa tu na 15 minutes, it's okay. Ama ndakuwa tu nimemiss song moja, it's okay. Just try and keep time. Imagine there are people who planned for this service for months on end. There are people who've been there from 5 a.m., 6 a.m., preparing for you. And then you're just coming, unaoga, na unatoka kwa nyumba late on purpose tu ukisema nimemiss tu song moja. Imagine. Sasa walikuwa wanaimba kwa nini basi? Si wangetoa hiyo song kwa list, si ndio? Ama nimemiss tu hiyo ni time ya giving. Sasa unataka nani a give basi kama wewe unakuja late? Nimemiss tu kapati kadogo ka sermon. Hiyo pati kadogo ka sermon maybe ndio ilikuwa yako. Hiyo tu ndio ilikuwa yako, wewe umechelewa. So guys, let's try to keep time, all right? Next thing that you need to consider, try to put your phone away. Ikiwezekana, carry a physical Bible. By the way, imagine these gadgets, actually they've just come to destroy our lives, honestly. Because what happens, sometimes, honestly, you have the right intentions, you come ready to receive from the Lord, you come ready to just listen and receive and be filled. But what happens? Nakwambia kwanza men out there, unatoa tu simu yako, unaona tu Manchester United, unaona tu Arsenal, and you're like, oh my God, hata Mungu hata wewe umeona, mimi siko nataka kufanya hivi, but it's brought itself. Unastukia you have been distracted. Ndio hiyo wewe, what are you doing? Manchester United. By the time you put that phone down, imagine your head is still there. Nini kichwa yako yuko UK, mwili yako iko hapa unaangalia pasta, of course nothing is entering, you know. Ama Instagram, you just see a notification popping up, una scroll hivi down, unasema wacha tu nijibu tu imoja, you know, ama wacha tu niangalie. You go to respond, by the time you're coming up, by the way, you've missed so much. You've missed the last part uliacha pasta akiongea, hauko hapo anymore, you know. And then you're zoning out, and then you're leaving there feeling like kuna vitu mi siku hizi church si feel, kuna vitu mi si getting hizi sermons, kuna venye tu mi nilizone out. Imagine ulizone out tu juu ya simu yako. So sometimes try and just put that phone away, carry a physical Bible, ikiwezekana even just leave, like if you come with a car, leave the phone in the car, you know. Just leave the car with a Bible only. Leave the handbag, okay, well, it's not safe. Carry your handbag, but just carry your Bible. Achana na maneno ya simu, okay? Eka hata airplane mode ikiwezekana. Just focus on what has brought you there. Next thing, still in just avoiding all these distractions, imagine go to the loo before or after the service. Guess why I'm asking? Guess why I'm telling you this? You will feel pressed, sindio? Because umekuja vizuri ukijua you are pressed, but umeamua aje? The best time is when worship begins. Worship tu ikianza tu kusikia maybe that ka slow song imeanza, naipima nasema sikwangi nimefeel hii song sana, this is the opportune moment ya kwenda loo. And then what do you end up doing? Umejikalisha huko kwa corner, you're distracting 10,000 people before you leave. Watu wameinua mkono. Do you know how awkward? First of all, speaking from my personal experience, you are worshiping, you're like this, yani unaenda kuingia by the way kukutana na Messiah hivi tu, and then someone is like straight up in you, and then you turn and excuse me, like seriously? Hey, imagine just go to the loo before or after. It's either you hold it ama you go before, okay? Because the other thing, anyway, umesha ni distract mimi hapo mwenye nilikuwa nimekuja on time. Okay, sometimes I don't come on time. Wacha nitumie example ya a different person who has come on time. And still, hata kama sijakuja on time, already nisha miss. Tena unanifanya tena nifungue macho tena nikiomba. And then you go out. Then what happens? Right before you get into the loo, unapatana na nani? Hey, beshte yako mwenye mlikuwa na story moto. Unamwambia, ningoje tu hapa. Wacha, nimekazwa, ningoje tu hapa, I go to the loo, I come. By the time you're going to the loo, by the time you're coming back, service imeisha. By the mumesimama nje ya toilet discussing nonsense. Unarudi nyumbani with the same problems you came with. Umezipack kwa handbag, umerudi nazo. Imagine. Why? Because you are pressed. Girl, boy, please just go before or after. Okay? Next thing. Imagine, this one is a very important point. Hii hata kwanza it's mostly directed to specific people, the people who serve, people who are in different service teams. Imagine the whole service, the whole session is important. As in kama inaanza 8 to 10, imagine everything that is happening between 8 and 10 is important. So if for example you're singing, na sisi waimbaji jamini ndio tuko na hako kapepo. Waimbaji, in fact, wenye wako number 1 ni wale wachezaji vyombo, the instrumentalists. Hao ndio number 1, yani wako in bondage, alafu sasa wanafuatwa na waimbaji, alafu sasa wanafuatwa na watu wengine wenye labda sijaamulika bado, but nitawaona tu, I will see you. Imagine just ukishamaliza kuimba set yako ama kucheza, imagine ingia kwa service, sit down and receive from the message of the day from Jesus, Imagine maneno ya sijui, me have done my set, goodbye, I've gone. That is so sad. That is just, it is so bad. And then even some preachers, I see some preachers coming in, wanakuja right before preaching. You know, as in stories as sijui worship nini, that's not important to them. Like imagine you should be in one spirit, all of you. Unakuja from the beginning to the end, because there's something, you know, there are times, like speaking from experience, there are times when I've even led worship, but it's like I'm just struggling all through. It's like maybe I'm even going through my own personal thing. So like the whole time I'm literally just surviving by God's grace on that stage. But inafika wakati wa sermon, and hiyo sermon ndio yani it builds me up. Yani it builds my faith, it strengthens me. But what happens sometimes, you've sung, you've emptied yourself, and then you just leave. So you go feeling so empty, so tired, so broken. Yani the way you just came is the way you're going. I mean, yeah, the way you came is the way you're going back home. Apana, let's just be disciplined. Please, tukue na adabu, tukue na patience. Fruits of the Spirit, let us practice patience, okay? Let's practice self-control. Kaa chini. Hata kama you almost, there are sometimes like me, I'm not bragging. Sometimes when I'm watching movies, most times it doesn't go so far. Like I already know. So sometimes maybe you listen to a sermon and you already know, I know how this sermon is. Yeah, I know what she's about to say. Yeah, she's about to say. Yeah, I know. Imagine, just sit. There's maybe just one thing they'll say that you didn't even expect, and it will carry you throughout the week. So be patient. Next thing, imagine kanisa sio mushemanio. Tell your neighbor sio mushemanio. You know what mushemanio is? Mushemanio is ni kama chama. Munakuja friends wasaba, mumekaa pamoja. There's nothing wrong with that. Lakini if you're distracting each other, imagine just sit separately. Kama venye in primary school, in kindergarten, we used to be told, wewe, nyasha, stand from there, stand, move, go and sit there. You're distracting your friends. Imagine avoid those two distractions. Those ones for you're coming carrying the whole battalion of people, mushinde muki-comment on everything, mukichekeshana, mukiangaliana, mukitap to each other. Imagine it's never that serious. Sit next to each other if you know that for real. Maybe like me, I know there are some people who I avoid sitting next to because I will keep on laughing or talking or being distracted or, inside jokes ni 10 million hivi kibao. But imagine if you can just sit next to someone who either hata umjui ama huyu amekuja hapa kusikiza Bwana Yesu, atakuja hapa kunidistract, because sometimes nikashetani nakwambia pepo kanaingianga hivi hata uta notice, okay? Next thing, engage. You have left your house, you've showered, you've dressed up, you've come to church. Imagine the least you can do is engage. Come with a positive attitude. Don't come there with this key. Nakwambia kwanza when you're on stage, again, speaking from experience, jameni, you're just there leading worship, my friend. Kuna mtu amekuangalia na uso ya mawe, mabati, anakuangalia tu hivi utafanya nini? Nini? Imba, nataka uimbe. It's like they're waiting for you to, I don't know to do what, mpaka finally we're engaged. Imagine it's not about the person who is singing. It's not about the person who is preaching. It's not about the person who is sharing the announcements or anything like that. Imagine just come there for God, at least for the fear of God, at least for the love of God. Just come ready to engage, come ready to receive. Kama unaona watu wana dance, imagine, you don't have to be a good dancer. Me, I'm not a good dancer, but I try and just move with the beat, try and sing along. Imagine baka lyrics zimeko hapo, you have no excuse. Try and just, hata kama you can't even sing, just say them out loud at least. Kwanza sign a mask. Sign a mask, you can, it's very easy to just not engage, because nobody is seeing your mouth. Nobody is seeing whether you are smiling, whether you're keeping quiet, whether you're sneering. Nobody can tell. Kwanza ukipunga hata hivi macho tu, mtu anaweza fikiria you're worship, na hata umelala worship. So try and engage. Don't be a spectator. Even spectators, by the way, in a match, they celebrate. They jump, they sing, they even create their own songs. So ukikuja service unafeel ni kama hizi mambo watu wanaimba kitu na nibo. Imagine create your song. In fact, you are free, feel free. Create your song na uanze kuimba ukiruka huko katikati ya watu. Ukionekana wewe ni mwendawazimu, mimi sikukuambia, that is your problem. But try and engage, all right? Awesome. Next thing, and this is very, very important. Plug in, okay? So when I spoke about engaging, nimesha explain engaging in nini. Sasa hii ni plugging in. Plugging in means kama socket. Unaona venye nini inaingianga, adapter inaingianga kwa socket. Inaingia kwa socket na nini inapita? The current, the electric current. So please try and plug in to church. Ukiingia church, serve in a ministry. Service ikiisha, for example, stay behind. Say hi to people hapo kwa parking. Say hi to people hapo ndani ya church before mtoke. Say hi to people, try and engage. As in, I know that especially in our generation, there's something that's called mystery that's highly celebrated, very strongly celebrated, that hey, I'm mysterious. It's good to leave a bit of mystery. It's good to just come in, just show up when wache tu. Kwanza ma single boys, shame on you, shame on you. Unakuja kazi yako ni mystery, umeng'ara mystery tu, watu tu wakuonange tu, wasichana wabaki wakisema haki baba kwani tulikufanyia nini baba. Imagine, let me tell you, that mystery, imagine it won't help you when you need it the most. When you have the loss of a loved one, when you've lost a job and you need a community to help you get through those tough moments, mystery will not help you. Utakuwa uko peke yako na loneliness. In fact, mystery will give birth to loneliness. Mtakuwa tu nyinyi watatu uko peke yenu kwa nyumba. So please avoid maneno ya mystery. As in mystery ya nini tena? Like why? Please come say hi to people. Hug people. Okay, so you are not hugging because of COVID. My fist bumps, my air hugs. Julia Mtuhali, like, by the way, what do you do? At least even make a point to say, by the way, you know what? I'll be trying every Sunday, I'll be knowing one person at least in this church of ours. Nitakuwa hata mwenye amekaa tu kando yangu after service, that turn tu nimwambie, oh, hi, by the way, my name is so and so. What's your name? Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, this is your husband? Oh, these are your children? Wow, nice to meet you. How long have you been coming to this church? Oh, me, I've been coming since siku flani. Anyway, goodbye. Imagine you never know who this person is. You never know where you meet. And then still, it gives you a sense of belonging. So you don't always feel like you're coming to this foreign place every Sunday. Of course, it's going to get very uncomfortable, because you have to keep on knowing people. You always feel like you're just floating. You don't know people. And then when it comes to now those moments when, like, for example, I know in my church, there are times when we have like different activities being done, like maybe for the men, they have like a hangout and nyama choma kind of thing. It'll be easier for you to come because you already say hi to people. But now when there's a nyama choma hangout and you never talk to anyone, you never stay behind, you never plug in, you're not in any ministry, you're not in any Bible study group, you're not in, you're just there. You're just there. Actually, nobody knows about you. That is so bad because, as I've told you, don't ever forget, mystery will never be there for you when you need it the most. Okay? Awesome. Next point. Let not your left hand know what your right hand is giving. Okay? That's church etiquette 101. Like, imagine, just give. If it's offering that you're giving, if it's tithe that you're giving, if it's emotional support that you're lending to the church, if it's a certain service that you're lending to the church, or even giving for free, let not your left hand know what your right hand is giving. Like, just do things in private, and he who sees what you're doing in private will reward you in public. Imagine, as in that's how our God is. He doesn't need you to go parading at that. Oh, I have removed, I've really helped this church. The other day when I sent that 1 million, hallelujah, Lord will lift me to that level. The other day when I supported those cultivate interns. The other day, right now I'm even supporting those. Imagine you don't have to announce it. Fanya vitu chini ya maji. And even for the different churches, try and do these things secretly. Don't use manipulation. Nowadays I see this thing, hey, God help us. So, and it's just us, by the way, me included. I see this thing in WhatsApp groups for like CG bridal showers, baby showers. When you're trying to do something for a friend, there's this tactic, manipulative tactic of posting your name and your amount. Nyasha 2,000. Guys, please continue giving. Guys, don't fear giving. For the ones who've given, thank you, God bless you. Imagine that is actually wrong. It should never be like that, by the way. As in, we should be able to just give. Hata ukituma 10,000, you should be okay with people not knowing that. Ede mimi nimeshikilia hii event yote, kama sio mimi kutuma ile 10,000, hii event haingefanyika. Just do it chini ya maji. And guess what? The one who sees what you're doing in private will reward you in public. Okay? Yes, and then even better, you won't be having friends who are your friends because they know that, nani anakwanga akigive, nani akona. At least you'll have genuine friends who will never really know about your life. Like, they'll just be wondering like, I wonder what this girl does. I wonder what this guy does. So try and do that. Try and just keep it low-key, private, chini ya maji kabisa. All right? Next thing. So the next and the last thing is just don't stumble. And again, I'll continue giving these points by day. There are so many, but for today I just settled on 10. So the last one, don't stumble your brother or sister. Okay? Church etiquette, as in 101, tena. Don't stumble your brother or sister. Okay? So, be stylish. Most times when you hear this whole point of don't stumble your brother and sister, it's like the first thing that comes to people's minds is so nataka kutukazia, so nataka nikae mshamba, so nataka nivae sijui nini. Imagine, do you, my dear, be stylish. If you're a stylish person, go all out. By the way, part of excellence, what I spoke about in like how many videos so far. Be excellent, you know, in your dressing. Wacha watu waseme, enyewe that guy, that girl, enyewe they actually care about how they present themselves in the house of God, you know. But in the process of you being stylish, don't stumble a brother or a sister, manze, you know. As in, vaa kitu yenye first of all, we mwenyewe you're comfortable in, number one, and something that you know for sure. You know the best thing about our conscience. I mean, kuna watu ambao wamelalia conscience yao mpaka it's non-existent. But for most people, I mean, if you're a practicing Christian who is going to church, your conscience, who is actually the Holy Spirit, he will always just tell you like, ayo, hapana, you know. Lakini what do we do most times? God, ninaiva, nishajiona kwa picha fulani, nishaji-imagine, hakuna kitu naniambia. And most times, it doesn't yield at very good results. And then part of even not stumbling your brother or sister, after you're dressing appropriately, sit appropriately. You know, like these things, as in, I mean, it's just basic etiquette. Imagine just how you sit matters. Yani mtu anaenda tu anakaa tu kwa straight view hivi ya mchungaji ama ya some male worship leader, anakuambia na miguu yani yamewekwa tu hivi tu, your dress is short. So it's like, unafanya hivyo, expect me. What are your expectations, sister, actually? It will comment down below unieleze, because maybe I'm not getting it, but I can see you. I can actually see you. Ama umeenda umevaa, men, ndio wanawake waseme imewaingilia sana, men, umevaa trouser, you can't breathe, surely it's uncomfortable even for you, and then you are just unajipachika hapo mbele ya watu, surely that's very dangerous. Okay? Dance appropriately. Okay? When you're dancing, it's good to dance, jibambe, but imagine based on how you dress and based on even the culture of the church that you're in. You know, culture is very, very important. I remember, I told you guys that I'm a PK, I'm a pastor's kid. And I remember when we were younger, sometimes we'd have missionaries coming from, there are friends of ours who are from Cameroon. Okay, they were from the US, but originally from Cameroon. Okay, so they were mostly like brought up in Cameroon and then they moved to the US later on. So for them in their churches, by the way, it's 100% okay inaitwa kumcheza mwenyewe sama ni kunengua kiuno, as in it's 100% okay. But now here I remember when they came and they were dancing in church, watu walikuwa sijui, wengine wajifiche huko chini ya kiti, wengine wamefurahi because finally what they were doing pale nyumbani, they can finally do it in the church, you know. But guess what? Immediately these Cameroonians left. I never saw people dancing like that in church again. Why? Because it's not naturally their culture to dance like that. Even now, I see it like I remember in my sister's wedding the other day. Oh, my sister got married, guys. Woo-hoo. Anyway, I remember in my sister's wedding when we were doing like the dance thing, and it was done in a church. It was done like mine inside a church. And during now the free dance like session, the MC akatudansisha nini, then out of nowhere the MC akasema shika kiuno. Then he started like whining his waist. Nakwambia, it was like everyone was looking at him like wacha, you know. And it's not like people don't whine their waist like that in different settings, but imagine every setting requires you to do certain things in a certain way, unaona. So if you know that pia umebarikiwa, again, different settings actually affect how you present yourself in different times. Okay, so kama mwili yako unajua setting ya mwili yako ni a certain setting, imagine wakati una dance, just be careful of the styles that you want to do. Be careful of the energy you're putting in kwa hiyo style. Unajua kuna energy unaweza weka kwa style, like maybe you're just doing this, but kuna venye unaweza ifanya uende ukidisturb the peace of the society. Okay, so I will leave you with that. Be blessed. Please catch us next time again, same place, same time. Alafu kama uko na ka etiquette kingine nimesahau, andika hapo kwa comment section. Utufurahishe sisi wote, we grow together. Ama ni aje? Awesome, bye.